All right, Celtics postgame live where the C's just fell 119-115 to the Minnesota Timberwolves, a game in which the Celtics were up by 10 at the half, scored 69 points in that first half. Obviously not able to hit the shots in the third quarter, and the offense sputtering a little bit at the beginning of the fourth, but they went on a run late in that fourth quarter. Let's check it out with the Celtics down by 12, actually a 12-0 run, and it's Jaylen Brown coming up with the steal, taking it back the other way. This actually made it 110-102. And then after a couple of Keita free throws, you had Derek White knocking down a three. That made it 110-107. Jaylen Brown, who had 41 points in this one, hitting the three as well. So game tied at 110. Mike Conley, though, finds himself open in the corner off the feed from Julius Randle to give Minnesota a three-point advantage. And then Jaylen Brown unable to hit what would have been a game-tying three right there. Minnesota goes back the other way, and it's a couple of Anthony Edwards free throws. Derek White, meanwhile, gets fouled shooting a three, so he hits the first two to make it a three-point game and then cannot hit the third. So Celtics needing a stop inside of 20 seconds. This goes from could be a turnover by Anthony Edwards to
ridiculous.
Yes. Anthony Edwards knocking that down. 39 points for him, and that was pretty much the difference right there. 119-115. Minnesota gets the win. Celtics fall to 10-9 on the season, while the Timberwolves go to 11-8. Eddie, I'll start with you. Your thoughts?
They beat us at our own game. Usually we like the last game. You got to think about when you looked at how we got out rebounded and everything looked like we were supposed to lose that game, but because we shot better than them from the three-point line, we were able to win the last game. But this game, they shot 44% while we shot 35%. And if you look at all the margins that everybody talked, we got 96 attempts to their 83 attempts. We out-rebounded them on the offensive end and out-rebounded them total. We turned them over more than they turned us over. But they hit shots when they needed to hit shots. And when everybody forgets about how Mike Conley was, I think, one of the first guys as a guard to get that $100 million or something like that and sign that big deal, you can't forget about him in the corner because he's still definitely a wily vet, and he'll knock that shot down.
Yeah, hated the offense in the second half. You let them get hot, and all of a sudden they're making plays, and Anthony Edwards throws in a crazy shot. And, all you can do is tip your cap at that point. But you should have never been in the point where you had to rally out of a 12-0 run to get back in this thing. Got to be better. We thought maybe Derek White and Payton Pritchard turned a corner. They need to be better in those moments. And again, got to be better on hosing down Anthony Edwards when he gets hot like that.
Anthony Edwards had 14 points in the fourth quarter. Here were the two guys that had the call that game back at the Target Center, Scal and Drew Carter. Fellas, your thoughts on the Celtics falling just short in this one?
Yeah, hey, Giles, I think what Forsberg was just talking about there is astute. I mean, the first 4 minutes of the fourth quarter before the starters came in, quite frankly, some of the worst offense we've seen the Celtics play all season. 2 points in those 4 minutes, and then the starters came in. But the offense still wasn't great down the stretch of this game. What'd you make of that?
Well, I thought in the first half they ran most action towards Gobert, keeping Gobert in the action, the plays, right? You don't want Gobert to be a center fielder, like a free safety, blocking shots or meeting you at the rim or rebounding the ball. You want to keep him engaged, set a flare screen, come off with another pick. So now Keita can get behind. You saw the numbers from Keita from the first half. Incredible. In the second half, we just didn't go back at Gobert, which opened up a lot of opportunity for Keita. So I don't know why they didn't do that. And you guys say, you could say start of the fourth. Maybe you guys thought it was the shooting. I kind of thought it was the third quarter where we just went away from it. We were rocking and rolling for the first 5 minutes, and then all of a sudden, I don't know why we went away from that, but that's why I felt like we lost the game. At that point, it's just a coin flip. Who's going to make the most shots in the last 6 minutes of the game? And Minnesota has a little bit of an advantage with the lead. But I thought in the third quarter, not having the same game plan that we had in the first half kind of hurt us.
Yeah, 69 points in the first half. A very nice showing through the first 2 quarters, and then 23 points in the third, 23 in the fourth. I mean, it is kind of a head scratcher. You talk about why they went away from that offense. Can you think of a reason?
No, not really.
Yeah.
No, I don't. I mean, listen, I think that they're a lot smarter than I am. I just have no idea why they went away from it. Why not continue to run action towards Gobert? Whatever was happening, it was working. I think it was one of our best offensive performances in the first half. Not the best, but one of the best. And really shot it well, moved it well, and we got contributions from a lot of different guys, including the bench. And whatever reason we went away from that. But, you know, it's a long game. There's a lot of different reasons for them deciding not to go that direction. But maybe Minnesota figured it out and I just missed it. But it just felt like to me that we went away from it.
Yeah, and Anthony Edwards in his post-game interview, which is always entertaining. He was talking on the floor on the Jumbotron and said Jaden McDaniels picking up Jaylen Brown helped in the third quarter. JB was lights out in the first half, ended up with 41, which ties the season high. Namish Keita with 19 and 18, some of the best basketball we've ever seen him play. But Eddie was right, Giles. I mean, this is probably how the Pistons felt Wednesday. It's like, how do you lose a game where you have 14 offensive rebounds and 13 more shots? But that's what happened, and it was the clutch, which is where the Wolves had struggled lately, but the Celtics, unfortunately, have struggled with that all year.
Yeah, and again, Anthony Edwards making some big shots. Mike Conley as well. Drew Scout, thanks so much. We'll be talking to you guys again tomorrow and also hear from you later on with the Tommy Award. But 119-115, your final score.